Hello dear friends. Now I know I said I wouldn't be reviewing movies for a little bit, but at the moment I am homesick, so I thought take the opportunity. And this particular movie is 13 years since I had last seen it. It was my first MA in theaters and my first horror movie in theaters, and this freaked me out that much I couldn't sleep that night. My dad, who I absolutely dragged to see this, thought it was a laugh out riot. I was freaked out of my eyeballs. My younger brother has also seen this movie and can't actually see why I have such a hard time with it. You're probably thinking, what movie could she be referring to that is at least 13 years old? That is the God Almighty. Yes, I've scraped the barrel. And it is House of Wax 05. I have to be specific which version, because it's like 3. Yes, you heard me correctly. There is 3 versions. There's the House of Wax, and there's the Museum of Wax. Now, they are pretty much the same story, which is, I know those 2 movies quite well, and they're quite old. It's a man that makes wax figures for a living. Think Madame Tussauds. And his business partner comes in and thinks he can reap the insurance by burning all of his creations, because he is the main guy. I believe in the remake it was Vincent Price, horror legend Vincent Price, and he doesn't like that. They get into a bit of a fight as he's burning down his precious museum. And years gone by, he is about to reopen, or he's probably moved locations, but he is about to reopen another wax museum. And people start disappearing. This is usually set around about New Year's Eve, and people just start dropping like flies, and no one really puts 2 and 2 together until later on in the movie. I believe the Vincent Price one was actually supposed to be a 3D movie. I've seen it in 2D, and the 3D is they've got like a couple of like really shitty gags with flying yo-yo, which is a really lame use of 3D. I'm more of someone who's seen more modern 3D, like My Bloody Valentine 3D, Immortals 3D, and one of the Resident Evils was in 3D that I've seen. This one is very much a unique story. This one is about a brother and 2 brothers, and we find out towards the end of the movie that they were conjoined twins, conjoined by the one's face was on the back of the head, and they sawed them off. Spoiler alert, but it's like 13 years old, so and they've got some really sick ideas. This adaptation stars Elissa, I think it's Clutterbuff. I'm sorry if I butchered the name. She's better known to me from The Girl Next Door and also 24. You've got Chad Michael Murray from One Tree Hill and A Cinderella Story fame. Brian Van Holt. Now that name may not be someone you think I would know, but I have seen SWAT the movie. Not SWAT the TV series, but SWAT the movie. He plays a character in SWAT. You got Paris Hilton. There was actually a very funny thing that was they used to promote this in America. It did not come down here to Australia, but Paris, in her thankful wisdom, sent out a as promotion to send out a tea to some of the distributors saying, "See Paris Hilton Day, blah 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 blah," and I thought that was really funny. She definitely takes a lot of cops a lot of abuse in this movie. And of course Jared Padalecki from Friday the 13th, but of course most people know him from either Gilmore Girls or Supernatural. And actually Jared and Chad were the reasons why I went to see this movie. There is a lot of more gore in this than in the previous two. I know they were filmed probably around the 50s and at least 70s, I'm guessing. So they weren't really the gory movies, but this definitely is a gore fest. It's from the same guy. This is from a production company called A Dark Castle Entertainment. Now, if you don't know that particular entertainment group, I do, thank God. They brought out Gallagher, House of Haunted Hill, House of Haunted Hill 2, Ghost Ship, which my sister absolutely loves and pulls out almost annually for Halloween. And this one, a couple of others, but they're very much, this is Rob Zemeckis' sort of production company. It's very more based around the horror genre, so you get a lot of that sort of elements, very spooky elements in the offerings from this. And this is one of two productions that was actually filmed down here in Queensland. Because a friend of mine was actually at Movie World on the Gold Coast, because this was filmed at Village Roadhouse Studios, which happens to be the back lot of that particular theme park. And behind, I believe it's one of the roller coasters, he could see smoke billowing far in the distance, and it was actually this production. Other productions you might have heard from that, of course, Ghost Ship, and also an Aussie movie called Bite, B-A-I-T, and that is actually a very good, I would say, it's like an Aussie version of Jaws. I should review it. It's a really well done movie, but this one, it's taken me so long to finally watch this movie. 13 years. There's one scene that freaked me out when I was, of course, 15. There's a scene where Vincent is going after one of Chad's mates and sort of beheads him. At the time, I had a bunk bed It was one of those bunk beds, but the bottom bunk was a desk. I thought the Vincent was gonna come up and decapitate me. I still remember I think I read the 4th Harry Potter book until at least about 3 a.m. and then bravely got down and went into the living room and watched TV, and I actually slept in the living room that night because I wanted to be close to my parents. I know, it's embarrassing. It was I couldn't even walk into the actual theater until I saw Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, which just happened to be that's next summer in American terms. I literally walked out of that particular theater, walked out, looked up, walked back in and went, Dad, isn't this where we saw House of Wax? He went, oh yeah. Because my mum and I were going to see Ocean's 13, which came out a little bit later than this, and we missed it. Darn it. But luckily I bought it for her. So yeah, that's my really embarrassing tale. Yeah. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Yeah, I could probably see why it took me so long to review. But I've watched the behind the scenes so often. Even before this last viewing, even that would bring back memories. So yeah. There's nothing really much when it comes to behind the scenes. There is a B-roll bloopers, which is done by Paris, Chad, Alexa, and Jared. It might have been just around the time or just before the premiere, because they mentioned they were attending for this to be released in 2004. Yeah. But it was filmed in around about May, June, which just happens to be our winter down here. But Queensland doesn't really get that cold. Which they actually happen to release the next Halloween. Go figure. God love Hollywood. If I didn't have this in my beady little hands, this would not be in my DVD collection. Yes, I picked this up for a dose, I picked this up because it was my first MA in theaters, and I thought, yeah, I'll pick it up. It was quite cheap, so I was literally waiting till it was really cheap. So would it be one that I would recommend you to watch? Probably this might be a 2 out of 5. Oh, yeah. Which is pretty bad, even though it is in my hands. Yeah. What can I say? This freaked me out. I was 15. Dumb as fuck. Is there a movie you want me to check out, or do you really want me to check out Ghost Ship? Please write down in the comment section below, and I shall see you in another video. Ciao.